CSS module scripts let you import CSS directly into JavaScript modules. They're supported in Chrome 1.2.3 and Firefox 1.4.7. There's no sign of support yet in Safari, but I'll show you a workaround in a moment. Here's how they work. You import the CSS file like you would any other module, but with type CSS. Now, instead of a JavaScript module, you get a CSS style sheet object. And to apply this to the current page, add it to the document's adopted style sheets. Just be aware that JavaScript modules do not block rendering, so the user may see the page before these styles are applied. You can also import CSS with dynamic imports, which allows you to make them conditional or even load them later. Now, rather than add these styles to the document, a more common use of CSS module scripts is with web components. Like, here's a simple custom element. Let's throw in a shadow root, and now if we want to add some styles that are scoped to this shadow root, we can import them and add them to the shadow root's adopted style sheets. I think it's great that we have official syntax for importing CSS into JavaScript, but, and here's an opinion that might divide people, I'm not sure how often I'll end up serving this code to browsers. Like, if the styles are useful before JavaScript, I'll just link to them in the HTML. If the styles are only useful with JavaScript, like in this case, I don't see much benefit in the CSS and JavaScript being in separate files. Like, when I'm editing them, yes, absolutely, I want them in separate files. But if these two resources have a one-to-one codependence at runtime, I'll probably use a bundler to strip out this import and replace it with the style text, parsed as a style sheet. Like, this does the same job, and it works in Safari. In fact, it's been supported across browsers for almost 3 years. If you really want the CSS in another resource at runtime, and you need Safari support, you can fetch the CSS and read it as text. But again, I'm really happy that we have official syntax for importing things like CSS into JavaScript modules. It's much better than the hacky magic bundler patterns that we had before. As usual, all of this is documented on MDN, so if you want to dig into the details, that's the place to go.